Welcome back to the second episode of the Behind the Lines podcast. I'm your co-host JJ Jones,
I'm Caleb Hood.
and we're here for episode 2, man. So let's jump straight into it, man. How workouts been so far?
It's been good. We've been getting after it the last month and a half or so, 2 months. Season coming. But it's been. I feel like it's been a really big summer for us as a team, and everybody just getting stronger, getting faster, and just the camaraderie that we've been having so far. Just working out together, hanging out and stuff. So it's been fun. The season was here, so
Heading into camp, heading into fall camp number 3. Is that correct?
yeah, for both of us.
For the both of us. What's different now than the first 2 fall camps, you think? Mentally and physically.
I feel like mentally, we have an idea of what's going on, what's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure.
We know. We obviously got to take care of our bodies. It has a lot of wear and tear, especially 2 weeks in a row, just getting after it. Obviously, we're competing at a high level. Everybody's trying to play. Everybody's competing. But at the same time, it's football. Obviously, it's the sport we love, the sport we chose to, continue playing after high school. And at the end of the day, it's the sport we love. So
It really don't get no easier. Like that's the crazy part. People think, heading into our 3rd time doing this, they're like, "Oh, you gonna have it down." Like,
yeah,
nah,
There's
it's still gonna hurt.
you can have it down, but like it's gonna be the same. Like it's the routine, the scope. Now it's just a matter of like I don't even know.
Cause what? It's like 15, 16 days. We're 15, 16 days in a hotel.
18.
18?
Yeah, this year.
18 days in the hotel. You don't see the outside world. You're at the facility or you're at the hotel. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of the two for 18 days. So that's
But for somebody that has never experienced a fall camp before, like never will get the chance to experience that. Like, what's like a way you describe fall camp to like the average person?
Hell week. Definitely, I'd just say it's hell week. If you think of
Weeks.
any hell weeks. Like, I'd say training camp is probably just another synonym for it because people should know like a bunch of different sports have training camps where you go in and it's nothing but football. We don't have no school. We don't have any distractions of living at our homes. Like, we're in the hotel and we're at the facility. Like, it's just the only 2 spots that we'll be in the whole time, and you're eating, sleeping, and breathing football for 18 days in a row, and it's good. You build the team camaraderie. You get sick and tired of seeing everybody by day 4, day 5. But it also builds chemistry that help throughout the season, and there's always good memories that happen during camp. Like, a lot of my favorite memories have happened during camp.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Shadow boxing for hours.
It's gonna be like that this year too, because it's just a different way to play that game every
Yeah, it's always a different way. And then the food truck, bro. They brought the food truck last year. Smack.
I remember we sat in that like little small. It was like a small eating room that we had, like the snack room. Like there was a bunch of us just sitting there. We all just talking about
Yeah.
all the older guys talking about their experiences and stuff. So
It was always like a little
Definitely-
debrief at the end of the day.
like a lot of team bonding and stuff, and they take care of us. They we have like recovery days and stuff like that in between. So they definitely take care of us. Try to make sure we're as fresh as we can be going into the opening week.
Okay, so reciprocating off of what you pretty much just asked me, what do you think are the best things that come out of camp and probably like the worst things that come out of fall camp?
I wouldn't say there's like worse things that come out of fall camp other than it's hot, like it's dead hot. We're there all day, but at the same time, that's what we came here to do. We came here to play football. We're here all day, and we're in a hotel for good 2.5, 3 weeks, just about. But at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that comes with it, like all the relationships, all the bonding. You're in the same hotel with the guys for about 2.5 weeks, like I said, and it's just that bonding that it comes together like in the towards the end of the year, November, October, and these are some of the guys that they're gonna be at your weddings and meet your kids and stuff like that. So it's a great bonding experience. At the end of the camp, most of the time that's when your team it starts to grow a lot closer, and so I feel like that's a big part of camp.
Yeah. I feel like those are probably the two main answers for anybody.
Yeah.
Like you said, the worst part. No, I wouldn't say the worst part, like you said, but one of the struggling parts is the time consuming of just being at football all day, every day. But that's something you have to embrace, something you have to, endure to be able to really show love for the game.
Yeah.
And like you said, the best part, the chemistry, man. There's just so many things throughout camp that just really build us closer to the team, and just really get us to our goal by the end of the season.
Yeah, at the same time, I feel like any questions that I have in my head, like if I have something about, all right, what do I have on this? Like, what do I do? Like during this situation, I feel like I figure all that out during camp.
Like this is the perfect time to ask questions.
No distractions, anything. Like we're just getting work every single day, meeting every single day, all day. So like I feel like once I got out of camp, like I'm like, all right, I know everything I have. Like I'm good. So I feel like that's a big thing too. Like just like figuring everything out. Like for your playbook, most pretty much with that. But
which one do you think is more time consuming, practicing during camp or practicing during the school year? Slash season.
Like what's more time consuming?
Yeah, which one do you think is like harder to?
Definitely fall camp, because in the year during the season you're practicing. Like the first day is like, all right, you're competing some against defense, but after that it's like you're getting ready to you're getting looked for the other team, trying to see what's going on, and so I wouldn't say it's like easier, because obviously everybody's good. So like whether you're on scout team, first team, second team, any of that, like everybody's good. So, but fall camp, it is like
nonstop.
Yeah. And you're competing against like the best every day, and it's every day for 2.5 weeks, like I said, and it's brutal. So
I think the season / school year practices are a little bit harder just because, one, all of the distractions outside of football and like homework. People don't understand, because we're taking 15 hours a semester. Like it's 5 classes. You might have 2-3 classes in one day, and all that plus studying your playbook and studying for your class. Like it's not hard. I mean, it's not easy, but it's something that we have to learn how to do on the go. So speaking of camp, what is your mindset heading into this year's fall camp?
I feel like it's definitely different going into this camp than it was the last 2 camps. I feel like my first camp, I was just trying to. I was just
trying to get through camp. I was just trying to get through camp.
I feel like not my first camp. I was too excited.
I always watched camp.
Excited. Everybody was talking about it. I was just curious, and then last year, I was like, all right, I just gotta get through camp, because I'd been through it once. You're like, oh, it's the longest thing ever. Feels like most of the time, but now this year I'm anxious, because I haven't played in a while. I got hurt mid-season and ended up having to have surgery, so now I feel great. Lost a significant amount of weight. Feel like I put some muscle on, and now I feel.
Tell everybody how much you weigh right now, and how much did you weigh last year at this time versus now?
Last year at this time I was like 228, 230. Now I'm 215, and I say that with a smile. I was 213 after the lift, but I had to hydrate, eat some. So now I'm probably like 216 right now, but I'm feeling good. It's probably the healthiest I've ever been since I've been here. So we're gonna try it again, year 3, baby. Let's ride.
Nah, you could tell, like you slimmed down. You seem more like you were like big before, but now it's like it's muscle mass and like you're leaner. And so do you think you're able to run better with this weight? Do you think you'll be able to be more fluid, or you think you'll find out?
Yeah, I don't necessarily think I lost that much speed. Like with the weight, I feel like it was just a lot more wear and tear on my body, just because like from holding weight mean, even though it's only like 15 pounds,
That's still a lot.
It just feels a lot more smooth and a lot more easier to run. Like I don't feel like earlier in my career I was just like, all right. Sometimes every once in a while I'd be like, all right, dang, I'm tight now. I'm like, I mean, obviously I stretch a lot more and do a lot more to help prevent that stuff. But I mean, I just feel so much better. So, hopefully we can, get some momentum going into camp or coming out of camp, and have a big year. So,
I say from the outside looking in, just being your roommate and seeing your mannerisms after your injury, you could tell, like, it seems right now you want to prove people wrong. You want to set that statement of like who you are as a running back, who you are as a player, who you are as a person, and like I can see it. So like just know that we all see, and I expect you to have a really good season. I do genuinely, but just for the viewers out there, I'm gonna tell you that I said it. You heard it here first from me. He's gonna have a big season.
Appreciate it. But no, I feel like with that though, I feel like I've always been known since I've been here. I've been known as he played he was quarterback in high school. He's the quarterback that switched running back. I just want to be known now as like running back.
Just a running back.
Yeah, he plays that's a running back. So
that's a great mindset to have.
But, yeah. So what about you? What's your mindset going into camp? Because you had surgery as well. You coming off of an injury, and so how's that been? And like, what's your mindset going into camp now that you've had a setback as well?
Honestly, man, I'm excited to get into camp. Like you said, I'm anxious. I'm real anxious to play. Like my first camp, I broke my finger like the third day.
You were hurt.
I broke my finger the third day of camp my freshman year. I broke my finger on my birthday. It was the worst thing in the world. And like I had a cast on my hand for like a month and a half, so I couldn't. I was out there running ROA, catching with one hand, catching balls against my chest. Yeah. And then second camp last year, it was more of a development year last year for me, especially heading into that second year, because we definitely had we still had Twan, we had Josh, we had guys like Gabo and Kobe and Dre coming out and Doc. So it was a big competition because we knew Twan was going to start, we knew JD was going to start. And so, me, Gavo, Kobe, Dre, we were competing for that one spot on the outside. And then, unfortunately, Twan gets hurt during fall camp. Now, we have two spots opened up. And I'm like, okay, well, now there's two spots, so someone else is going to have to play. So that it gave me more motivation to play. And I think I had a really good fall camp last year. I did my job. I did my role well. And then and it was something where I built a great amount of confidence, especially through camp. And I feel like camp for everybody is wherever you either grow confidence or you lose confidence.
Yeah.
And then heading into this year, man, coming off injury, I really didn't do it. I missed the whole spring, and summer. I just started really running in the summer for real, just getting back into shape. I lost some weight too, trying to get leaned out, toned, and add muscle mass up top, and been working on just catching the ball more and being able to be more fluid in my hips. And I'm just, like you said, I've ran here and there, but I'm really excited to get through camp and see how I feel, especially with this new hip I got. I'm trying to, make some shake this year.
But yeah, so I mean that's year 3.
Year 3, man. Let's year 3. We're on year 3 of college football. I remember move-in day.
Dude, I remember move-in day, and then I remember that week leading up to VT.
I think we played Inner Sandman 24 hours straight.
We watched the YouTube video every night. We watched it every night before we went to sleep. So.
But no, it's so crazy. Heading into year 3, man. About to be juniors, man. It's cliche when people say
it goes
time flies, bro. Time is running at Tez Walker speed. Time is moving. Shout out to Tez. But speaking of Tez, what are your expectations on the season? Some standout guys that some of the viewers might not know. How about this? Some of the transfer guys. Give me a transfer on offense, transfer on defense, or just a newcomer in general that you think is going to, make a big impact this season.
Well, I'll start with defense. Elijah Huzzy, obviously. I feel like everybody said that has been asked that question. He's a dog. He's a competitor, and you can tell he has it. So I feel like he's going to come in and help us a lot. In the secondary, and with offense, you can't leave one of them out. So like Tez and Nate, they're both freak athletes, super fast. They can catch the ball. I know Tez's catch radius is incredible, and like some of the stuff he did in spring practice, it was crazy. So I mean, I expect big years out of all three of those guys. But it's gonna be fun.
So outside of the transfers, who do you think is going to make a big impact? One of the freshmen or the newcomer guys that you think will be good this year or next season?
It doesn't even necessarily have to be this year. I mean, just years to come. I feel like guys you can just see that have like that ceiling. I feel like Christian Hamilton, Diggy, he had a really good spring. He came in, made some plays. And a guy that came in in the summer, he played defense. Caleb Koss, he looks the part. Yeah. He looks like an athlete. And,
he is also a baseball player. For those of you who don't know, he's plans to roll and play for baseball team
just
too.
Just in 7-on-7, you can tell he naturally has some ability there. So, I just feel like those two guys, they're like the first that come to mind that that will probably have a big future here. And obviously all those guys got recruited for a reason. So, but at the same time, just for right now, what I've seen out of them two they've been pretty impressive so far.
For me, on the defensive side, for sure, I'm about to say, from what I've seen so far, Amari Campbell.
I forgot he was a freshman.
Amari, yeah, he's still a freshman. Like I've seen him make some plays during the spring that were like, okay, he's gonna be nice. Yeah. And
sure.
he came in, he was practicing with us during bowl week, and I was like, I ain't never seen bro before. I didn't really know who he was. And then, I seen him during the bowl week, and I was like, all right, I guess he's going to play here. And then I seen him in the spring, and I was like, all right, he caught my attention. I was like, okay, he's nice.
Sure.
And, offensively, I have to stick with one of the receiver guys. I like all three of the new receivers we got. I like Paul. I like Diggy. I like Chris. Chris just got here a few weeks ago, but, he's already made a few catches, some plays during our practices and stuff. Paul, real long, rangy guy who makes really acrobatic catches. He's an acrobat catch kind of guy. And then you got Diggy with blazing speed, great releases. So, those three receivers, I think they gonna make some stuff shake. So,
yeah.
Speaking of playmakers, let's talk about the new NCAA game that is going to be coming out. I think is next year.
Yeah, I think so.
Next year. I'm playing with me the whole time. Honestly, and I think that's what everyone's going to do.
Oh, yeah.
I think everyone's going to do that regardless.
Dude, I remember creating players when I was younger and just putting a little tape on the cleats, changing my helmet and visor and stuff like that. So now, just being in an actual video game and getting to play with yourself, I don't think anybody's going to not play with themselves.
Yeah.
So, but we've been waiting since 2014. I remember opening that NCAA 2014, playing that junk all day on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been since that year, and because my games always get scratched up. Taking it to the friend's house. I tried to look.
Hey.
Rub it on the shirt.
I done did the toothpaste trick, the soap trick. I done did all of them.
Nah, I'm definitely gonna have to keep this.
This got all the rings on it, scratched up inside. I was like, shoot, but nah, that's probably. I used to what was it called? Road to Glory.
Yeah.
From
go from high school to college.
I used to cheese. I ain't gonna lie. I used to go to the sliders, and I used to take off penalties and offsides, and I play as a D end, and I just walk my player in the backfield. No. Walk them into the backfield as soon as they snap. Tackle.
That's crazy.
5-star. Getting every offer after week 3. I have 15 sacks in one game.
Okay, so speaking of the game, what uniform are you gonna use when you play on the game? And so what's your favorite uniform that we have? Or that you've worn so far, at least one of those.
I like the throwbacks. But
you can never.
You can't go wrong with throwbacks, but I like either any combination with the Chrome Dome helmets
Oh yeah, for sure.
or the navy blues we wore against Wake Forest 2021.
I didn't. To be honest, when they revealed those, like we were playing with those.
What, the Chrome Domes?
No,
Oh, the navies?
navy and blue.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I've never seen that before, so I didn't know how it would be, but it looked nice.
It looked nice.
But I feel like for me, I mean, not that we haven't worn it, but that all navy with when they were against Duke with the navy helmets, that was smooth. I thought
You
that was hard.
thought that was hard?
That was tough. That was definitely. I mean, they should have every single uniform we've ever played with, right?
Yeah, that's what I was
Alright,
thinking.
Yeah, so I definitely use that on the game. So
They gotta have like they gotta have the throwbacks in the game. They
they're
gotta have
definitely
throwbacks
gonna
in the
have
game.
throwbacks.
You remember how they used to have like the teams would have like the Nike Vapor specialized uniform?
Oregon had.
Oregon.
I'd play with Oregon every time.
Oregon did have the best unis in the game by far, and I think every kid played with Oregon. I think just because of the uniforms.
That's. But getting away from the football side, we have like a little tier talk we're gonna do. We're gonna have a section, and we're gonna select like a fast food. This is our top. It's gonna be a topic. We're gonna select a fast food, and it's gonna be like 3 tiers. So it's top 3. And
Top 3 fast foods, like our favorite fast foods.
2 honorable mentions.
Yes.
Since we're
Where we starting at? Honorable mentions or number ones?
Go to honor. So you go from honorable mention from 3, 2, and then
All right, bet.
that'd be your one. So you want to go first?
You want to go back and forth or just
Back and forth. Yeah, back and forth.
All right, bet. So you goes first. All right. Honorable mention number 1 for me. Zaxby's.
Why you say that?
Zaxby's.
Okay.
Zaxby's. Bro, the Big Zax snack meal, substitute the coleslaw for extra fries. Don't want no coleslaw, but I'll take Texas
It
toast every
sounds
time.
like it's higher up on your list.
No, you gotta trust me because there's better. There's better. And we all know what's coming, guys. What's going to be number 1, but we're not going to spoil it yet. But nah, Zaxby's, sometimes I eat Zaxby's and I feel sick. That's the reason why it's an honorable mention. But if I don't feel sick, it's really good. But if I do feel sick, like I feel sick.
All right, my first honorable mention is gonna have to be Five Guys.
5 Guys at 5.
Hey, whatever you want to call it. But I love cheeseburgers. Obviously, you know that.
Mhm.
But it's really good. It would be higher up if it wasn't like $20 for a burger and fries.
It is expensive.
But y'all should try their grilled cheeseburger. Is fire, by the way. So, what's your second honorable mention?
Second honorable mention. That is a great question because I was not prepared for the second honorable mention. But off the dome ski, Wendy's. Wendy's.
They're higher up.
I would.
A good Wendy's.
A
is
great,
higher up.
Wendy's hits. Like,
That
OD.
$5 biggie bag
Bro,
is gonna slap
every
time. You're gonna make me.
All right, I gotta stick it. I gotta stick it there. I gotta leave it there because then I'm gonna move it up. No, I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna
All right,
leave it
bet.
at honorable mention because you said the biggie bag. I get the
Yeah.
crispy chicken biggie bag though. Come the crispy chicken. No, I said crispy chicken. The crispy chicken, the nuggets, the fries, the drink. Bro, for like $5, you
Dude,
can't beat that.
That's the thing. I don't want to copy you, but dude,
You going Wendy's?
I gotta go Wendy's.
Bro, it's not a bad option.
It's not. No, it's a great
It's a
option.
great answer.
Dude, I try to take Brenda to Wendy's all the time. Like, you want to go to Wendy's? Like, no, I'm not going to Wendy's.
Not Wendy's. She's not a Wendy's eater.
She's not a Wendy's fan, but hey, I'll go any day of the week. I'm there. I'll be there.
That's fair.
I'm kidding.
That's fair. That was your honorable mention. That was your 4.
Yeah, that was my 4.
All right, at 3.
I feel like you might have the same 3 too.
Nah, I don't think so. Probably. Bojangles at 3.
I knew it. I knew it. That's why I said we were gonna have the same 3.
We're gonna have the same 3. I already know our top 2 is gonna spark a
Our
little
top-
debate.
Okay, well, I'm like my
It's Bojangles, right?
coming in at 3 is
You know what?
Bojangles.
Let's
Me,
just
Bojangles.
cut it. Let's just cut
Why?
it. Let's just cut it because we know. All right, Mark, go ahead and tell me why, and then
Okay, so-
we can argue.
I picked Bojangles for number 3. It would be higher if these two weren't like
Just amazing. Let's talk about Bojangles fries though.
okay, Bojangles
Hit or
fries,
miss?
They're hit or miss.
Hit or miss.
But
Too
when
much
they
seasoning?
hit-
No seasoning.
But when they hit, when it's just the perfect amount. Of
Okay.
seasoning,
If Wendy's, all right, think of a Wendy's hit and a Bojangles
Wendy's
hit.
just
What are you
listen-
taking? I might take a Wendy's hit.
I might
A Wendy's
because,
hit?
because of the
OD.
variety.
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
a Wendy's
you
hit.
can get a $5 biggie bag, your sandwich of choice.
Bro, I'm moving
You're
Wendy's.
getting your sandwich of choice.
I'm moving Wendy's to number 3. I'm
not.
sorry.
Okay, this is.
I'm
I'm
moving
gonna.
Wendy's to
Okay, I'm
3.
gonna
I
explain
can't.
this, and I'm gonna give you a chance to rebuttal. So look, Wendy's.
Mhm.
All right, they give. All right, this is why it's good.
A Wendy's
they
hit.
give you choice of your sandwich,
Mm-hmm.
nuggets, fries, drink,
For $5.
and don't you get a shake too, or
You can get a Frosty.
Frosty?
Once you got a Frosty,
That's
I think.
all right. So, but the tax, it's not really $5 big bag.
It's like $7.
It's like $7.
All right.
Okay.
You
All
know,
right.
give me
look.
Bojangles.
Okay.
Get your little
Bojangles.
Supreme box.
This is the thing. Wendy's has they have the 4 for $4, the $5 big bag, all that. Bojangles has, as soon as you wake up, it's a hit. You can go to Bojangles and get a biscuit, then you can go for lunch, or you can go for dinner.
Okay.
And this is the thing that this is what puts their Bowberry biscuits.
See, that's
their Bowberry biscuits.
See,
are amazing.
I don't eat Bowberry
Dude, whenever I was little, I used to go up there with my Bowberries and ask the worker, I was like, "Can I get extra ice?" I swear to God. One time
They're like, move, keep it moving, kid.
They let me put the icing on by myself, and I flooded my plate. Soggy biscuit.
To that Bojangles worker, you need to be fired. That is not sanitary. Just letting a random kid put icing on a Bowberry biscuit. Where was your manager at during this? Because that's definitely not approved.
It's Richmond County, bro.
Anything happen in Richmond County. Let's talk about
Oh,
Pizza Inn in Richmond County. Shout out to Pizza Inn.
If that was fast food, that would definitely be
Hey,
good.
shout out to all the Rockingham, Richmond County listeners. Listen, Pizza Inn, we love you. I love you, Pizza Inn.
I've gained at least like 7 pounds in a day. Nah, I'm boosted.
That's crazy.
I've
Probably like
gained-
5. 4 or
At
5.
max 4 or 5 is when you go there, you better be ready.
I love Pizza Inn. Boy, that thing slap every time. All right, so we already know 1 and 2. Let's just
Okay, bet you go. You give your 2.
I'm not even gonna give a description because we're gonna argue. I'm going Cookout 2, Chick-fil-A number 1.
This is where we split up. Because Cookout will always be number 1.
I'm putting that out there again. If you eat Cookout before 2 o'clock, you're weird. And people that eat Cookout consistently eat Cookout at 12 and at breakfast. And if you're doing that, you need to be in the psych ward.
Okay, this is the thing. So what time do you wake up then? Like you're saying at 12.
If I wake up,
for
I'm going to get
breakfast?
Chick-fil-A for breakfast. Chicken minis.
Okay, I'm not
chicken biscuit.
I'm not throwing Chick-fil-A.
I know, but I'm
my
saying that's why they're
second
number 1. That's why they're number
Okay,
1.
No. This is the thing. You can't go to Chick-fil-A after 9 o'clock. See, we're going after this. It's 7:30. Say,
You shouldn't be eating after 9 anyway. It's not healthy.
all right, for a college student,
Mickey D's.
No.
I'm just gonna argue.
Cookout.
I'm just gonna argue.
See,
I'm just gonna argue.
Cookout. Just listen to it.
I'm going
You're
to
from the
listen.
beach.
I'm gonna listen today.
You're from
I'm
the
gonna
beach.
give you. I'm gonna give you. I'm
You're
gonna
from
give
the
you.
beach. Cookout. First of all the food is just okay. The calories, yes, they're there. They're obviously there.
Okay.
Fried food, all that cookout stuff. It just it gives you the the cookout feeling with your family. You all get a tray. You got your own selection. They have quesadillas. They have burgers.
They do everything.
They have onion
They're,
rings.
they're my number
They have
2, so
onion
don't get
rings.
it twisted
Oh,
like I
no,
don't
no,
like
no,
them.
That's the thing.
Don't
That's
get
the
them
thing.
twisted.
That's what we have to understand. That we're not dissing each other. We're just talking about cookout.
It does slap. I will give you that. It just doesn't slap.
It's
not
just
Chick-fil-A.
this is the thing. They are open on Sunday. They're open on Sunday, and they're open until like 4 in the morning. So if you wake up, oh, I'm hungry.
At 4 in the morning,
No, if you wake up at like 2 in the morning, like, oh, I'm hungry.
go back to bed.
Are you going? You're not going to Chick-fil-A. You're not going to Chick-fil-A.
You're not getting out of your bed at 2 o'clock in the morning going to Cookout.
Who?
You will get up and tear up snacks in the cabinet before you go to Cookout
Okay,
at 2
but your
a.m.
typical college student, most time we don't have snacks in the fridge. Like you've seen our fridge. We don't have snacks, or we don't have snacks in the cabinet.
Hey, bro, our fridge probably got like 6 cases of butter.
I just threw away some old milk today. I swear to God. Okay, but I'm not dissing Chick-fil-A in any type of way because Chick-fil-A is obviously, I'm going there after this. I'm getting my number one combo, no pickles, pepper jack cheese, and fries. I'm going to make it a large, get my large water cup. But, I mean, you can't go wrong with both. That's the thing. I mean, if Chick-fil-A was open, Cookout, dude. I'm going Cookout all day.
Okay.
All right, now let me hear your rebuttal. So let me hear yours. I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to listen.
I just think, like we've argued before, consistency is a key for me. I like when things are very consistent, and Cookout's like a 78.3% consistency rate, and Chick-fil-A is like a 99.
Okay, I hear where you're coming
That's
from.
all. That's if I'm eating fast food, I want to be able to enjoy it vividly, like very well. I want to enjoy it, and like Cookout, sometimes I'll go and it won't taste as good as it did before. But if you go to Chick-fil-A, it will taste just as good as the last time you went.
Well, speaking of consistency on the food level, Savio's Pizza hits every time.
Oh, that might be my number one, honestly. If we ain't talking number one food, Savio's.
This is the thing.
Give them the menu of Savio's.
Okay, so from Savio's, you know me, I love cheese. So the mozzarella sticks are just
Bam.
I don't know the names, the pepperolis,
Bow.
the pizza,
Bam.
any size, the pasta,
Bah.
you get Alfredo or baked ziti.
Mm-hmm.
Then they cook other fried stuff as well.
Boom.
But everything is just, it's so, I've never been there and be like, this is just not it today.
Bam, bow, boom, boom, bow.
But you just
everything tastes good at Savio's.
You just gotta make sure you go to with empty stomach, or
you gonna come out a few pounds heavier.
And eat in the dessert.
Oh, what is the Nutella dough? It's
cannolis,
my bro, cannolis. They have this like Nutella. It's like what's the thing at the fair?
The powder stuff.
Yeah, funnel cake.
Yeah,
funnel cake. It's like a funnel cake stuffed with chocolate.
Dude, it's
oh my goodness.
And most of the time, dude, I can't even eat it because I'm so full from
just the food before.
The 3 pizzas and 2 pastas I just
Them
had.
pepperolis.
Okay, but you probably haven't had these if you're at home just chilling. Baked, fried ravioli.
I ain't never had that.
You haven't had, bro? The little squares, the fried squares.
I don't think I ever eaten ravioli.
Fried ravioli.
I don't eat ravioli. Forget the food. Let's talk about the people. The people at Savio's are what makes Savio's. They've been running that shop for I forgot how many years they told me the other day, but I think they're both. I think Tony. Shout out Tony and Dustin, and the rest of the support staff at Savio's. But Tony just turned 40, and he said they've been working there since they were like 18, 19 years old.
Yeah, it's
a staple of Raleigh pizza.
Cary, North Carolina is where they're located right now. They're actually moving to Chapel Hill this August. So and they'll have a section at the Carolina games. So they had one this past year at basketball games. They did really well. They sold, I think it was only pepperolis just because they had a small stand this year, but I think they're going to move into a bigger one. But they're great people. It's not. You can go into a place sometimes and, somebody's having a bad day. They don't show it there. No matter what type of day they're having, they always have a smile on their face. Great service, great food, great pizza.
And the fact, you eat the pizza there, what do you do after you eat food? You brush your teeth. Speaking of brushing teeth, big shout out to Carolina Dentist Chapel Hill.
You hit it right on the
Right?
head.
Those guys at Carolina Dentist Chapel Hill. Get these pearly whites. Smile for them.
And they're nice. Normally, as a kid, I was scared to go to the dentist.
Oh, I hated the dentist.
But now, dude, if I would have had him,
Dr. Z.
I'd have been fine.
My God, Dr. Z. And the rest of the staff there are just amazing. I think it's bi-yearly cleanings or bi-monthly, whatever the word is for that. But, the cleanings and, they do x-rays of your teeth, make sure nothing's wrong. They take good care of you there. And they're very... they have adapted to the social media culture. If you haven't seen them on Instagram, they're on TikTok. They make skits, so they make learning about teeth fun. And that's something that not a lot of companies are able to do now, especially with this Gen Z generation.
Yeah.
You know, everything's a joke.
Yeah.
Everything's a joke today. But, you know, Dr. Z and his staff knows how to get their point across and also know how to do their business perfectly.
That was great right there. That was hey we both
Hey, the
we took it
lob?
All right, so back to the football side of things.
These are the fan questions that have been sent in from previous podcasts or just questions that people have asked us before. If you couldn't be a quarterback, what else would you do?
Oh, receiver.
Yeah,
Dude.
dang, it's so.
OBJ changed. He changed this whole like. Once he
Everybody
had
wants
that
to
catch,
be a
everybody just
receiver.
wanted to be just like him, and that was me for a minute.
Uh-huh. I wouldn't mind being. Nah, I hate defense.
I remember my aunt used to
I hate
ask me like when
defense.
I was younger. She would be like, if you had to pick what side of the ball, because I played, you know, everybody played both sides as a kid.
I was playing
What
O-line.
would you want?
I ain't play a skill
They
position until.
definitely called you by your first name.
Nah, it was a John.
Lil John.
And I had goggles.
Lil John.
Playing
Lil
O-line,
John.
O-line, D-line. I didn't play a skill position until 8th grade. I was hand in the dirt.
Dude, I didn't play quarterback until 7th grade.
But you snapped, though, when you got to high school. You was snapping.
My dad had me throwing every day. Arm hurting like. Nah, quarterback is different, though. It's a lot.
It's just so tough. It's got to
Like,
be one of the hardest positions in sports.
I would definitely say like playing quarterback in high school has helped me like with understanding the game like so much, like with pass protection and stuff like that.
And, like knowing what they're gonna do.
Like knowing like the way the line is blocking and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It made it a lot easier on me just because like with the slide side, the man side, stuff like that, and just how the protection works. So
No,
I feel like receiver,
clutch,
y'all don't talk about like the protection side or like me, y'all.
It doesn't affect us really.
Yeah.
You know, we're worried more about the secondary's coverage and what they're doing. We're not knowing
And now
what they're
really,
doing with the stunts.
Like, I
Like it's
don't
not really for us.
necessarily have to know the coverage like all the time. I mean, obviously, I had to make sure
But it helps.
the corner's not gonna come or anything. And so if
Yeah.
I know there's some type
Corner's
of
gonna crash or something.
But it helped me a lot. Just from a knowledge standpoint, and I feel like that kind of put me ahead. Just knowing like certain things, and so it helped a lot.
Coming off of injury, what's it like mentally wanting to play again?
That's tough. Just having being out, and everybody wants to play. And when you are playing and then you get hurt and something you have, there's always going to be setbacks in life, in football, and any other sport you play. There's going to be setbacks. There's going to be adversity. But at the same time, there's at first it starts with that frustration. Like, dang, I want to be out there, and it sucks. You can't really control anything at the time. And then it kind of goes, and you get depressed. Really, you can talk on that too, because you're just sitting there, and it's like there's nothing you can do, and you had to be patient, especially with a long-term injury, and so it's hard. But at the same time, you just gotta look at the positive. I looked into my faith. Just in my family as well, family and friends. You guys, my family, and my girlfriend. We all they helped a lot. But really, it's just the people around you. There's really no way to like just blow it off unless you just don't care. Obviously, as a competitor, you want to be out there with your team, with your guys, and it sucks just being hurt, and you can talk a little bit more on that, but it just
Definitely. We got hurt around the same time, kind of, but more like yours was like urgent. Like you had to miss the rest of the season, like, and you got hurt mid-season.
Yeah.
One thing I need to ask is like how. Like I know a lot of football players and men don't talk about their mental health, but like I know like that had to be tough, especially getting hurt mid-season, not being able to play the rest of the season. Like for me, I got hurt. I got my surgery after the season, so I missed spring ball. Yeah, but it's just spring. But like for you, you missed like season games. Like how did that affect you? And like I know you said before your faith helped you out, but like what was like the biggest things that allowed you to stay, committed to the team? Because some people get hurt and they just say, F the team. I don't want to be around this. So, and you stayed around the team. You came to all the practices, you came to the meetings, and I saw you, coach up the younger guys. So, like, what's something that really wanted you to stay around this program even though you weren't able to play?
I feel like it's all comes back to that bond we were talking about. At the beginning. You know, I love all the guys on the team. We all have like that connection. I feel like this team loved, and the team last year, I feel like we all loved each other. It was, we had trials and tribulations at times, but at the same time, you know, we wanted to win for each other, and no matter if I was hurt, if I was healthy, you want the next guy beside you. You want him to win. You want him to do good. So I feel like, and even for British, he was hurt, and he could have easily just been like, it was. I mean, that was his like senior year. He could easily, all right, bro. But even for British, he got hurt his senior year for like the whole season. He could easily just been like, all right, I'm just not doing this. Like, but he was there, coaching us up, just talking to us. And then even whenever I got hurt, like he was like super. Like I went to him a lot. I was like, bro, like how do you like do this? Like I'm like so anxious. Like I'm just having him and like just older guys. I feel like that helped. It helped a lot. And like I said earlier, it's different getting hurt in the middle of the season because I've never been hurt before. Like, then I got to college and then I can't get healthy. But I feel good right now. But I mean, at the same time, like during the season, it's a different type of killer because you want to be out there with the guys. You want to be out there, doing your thing. And I feel like for me, I had just started to kind of get confident in myself. And as a running back, I just started playing a lot and I ended up starting for a little bit. And I thought I was having a pretty decent little run. And then it came to the point where the trainers they were looking out for me, and they had to do what they had to do to keep me safe and make sure that it wouldn't like hurt me going forward. So.
But you definitely seemed like you had your hopes up. Not your hopes up, but your spirit was up throughout the season, even though you were hurt. Like, one of the biggest pep guys, one of the hype guys on the sideline, especially, let's talk about the ACC championship game. And you and that towel were like two peas in the pod, man. And just hyping up the guys, staying positive, just showing that you care for the game. Even though you weren't playing, it showed that, you love this team and you want the best for the team. So.
Yeah, sure. But even for British, he got hurt his senior year for like the whole season. He could have easily just been like, all right, I'm just not doing this. Like, but he was there, coaching us up, just talking to us. And then even whenever I got hurt, like he was like super. Like I went to him a lot. I was like, bro, like how do you like do this? Like I'm like so anxious. Like I'm just having him and like just older guys. I feel like that helped. It helped a lot. And like I said earlier, it's different getting hurt in the middle of the season because I've never been hurt before. Like, then I got to college and then I can't get healthy. But I feel good right now. But I mean, at the same time, like during the season, it's a different type of killer because you want to be out there with the guys. You want to be out there, doing your thing. And I feel like for me, I had just started to kind of get confident in myself. And as a running back, I just started playing a lot and ended up starting for a little bit. And I thought I was having a pretty decent little run. And then it came to the point where the trainers they were looking out for me, and they had to do what they had to do to keep me safe and make sure that it wouldn't like hurt me going forward. So.
But you definitely seemed like you had your hopes up. Not your hopes up, but your spirit was up throughout the season, even though you were hurt. Like, one of the biggest pep guys, one of the hype guys on the sideline, especially, let's talk about the ACC championship game. And you and that towel were like two peas in the pod, man. And just hyping up the guys, staying positive, just showing that you care for the game. Even though you weren't playing, it showed that, you love this team and you want the best for the team. So,
Yeah, for sure.
like for me and coming off injury, like you said, it's definitely tough. There's stages where grief, there's depression, there's anger, frustration, then there's like accepting that you're hurt.
Yeah.
And it was definitely a dark time for me. It was super tough. I know I definitely gained a lot of weight. I gained a lot of weight after surgery. I feel like that's pretty common, but it was also I just wasn't eating good. I wasn't able to run. I couldn't do the things that I wanted to do in my daily life. So and that takes a toll on you mentally, just like thinking, okay, what if I get hurt again? Like that's something a lot of people say when they are coming off injury, and that's something that you can't have. You got to have confidence in your body, confidence in your mental. So,
Yeah.
but always.
Yeah, don't ever be scared to seek help. About mental health. It's a big thing. We're both examples of it. We've been through things. People go through things. Life has its adversity, and it can be challenging sometimes. And if you ever need to talk to somebody, you just reach out to somebody. Don't just go through it by yourself, because it can be hard and it can be a lot worse if you're going through it by yourself. But yeah, so
Another fan question that we received. So, who is an old teammate that you miss? It can be somebody from high school or even college.
I definitely had to say from high school, there's a few. Jacoby Baldwin, he plays at State now, and C.J. Tillman, he goes to Campbell, and Jalil Davis, he plays at State too. But we still hang out with them every once in a while. But those guys are my best friends. We grew up playing football together. My dad had a little AAU team we all played on, and we played on the same basketball team as well. Then we got the chance to play with each other in high school, and did some good things there. And biggest thing there, we all went to college. We're all in school right now playing football. I played against.
So y'all living y'all's dreams out together.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I played against two of them, Jacoby and Jalil at State. Still gotta get them back for the last 2 years, but and then we played CJ this year, so and Dalton as well. I played against him last year. And
that'd be cool. So you'll play against all your teams. Yeah. That's how I'm finna be too.
Yeah, and Dalton Stroman, he plays at App State. He's gonna have a big year too this year. But yeah, man, those are the guys. You can go ahead from your guys from high school. So.
From high school, like he said, there's a few guys from high school that I'm going to play against in college that I went to school with. Luke Doty, he was a mentor for me when I transferred to Myrtle Beach. He's one of the quarterbacks in South Carolina, and then two of my guys, man, from high school. Every time I go back home, I see these two, Ryan and Adam. Ryan and Adam, man. Like we called ourselves the triple threat, man, in high school because it was, we had a pretty prolific offense. But Ryan Berger, he's the quarterback at App State. He was my quarterback in high school. And then Adam Randall, who's the receiver at Clemson. We played together my junior and senior year. But yeah, those two are my guys, man. And being able to play against all three of them.
That's the thing, bro.
Coming up in the season, that's gonna be really
cool.
Both
of us have played against our closest friends on our high school teams in college. So
yeah.
Now we're all living our dream together. With our friends from high school and college, and it's just it's a great thing to see.
How about college?
College, I definitely say my boy Todd Chandler. We got in. He was a transfer whenever I was a freshman, so we both came in at the exact same time.
Mm-hmm.
I still remember the Zoom we were on. We had that that Zoom call with the offense or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Coach G, he was like, "Oh yeah, and y'all stay out there." And then he was like, "Yeah, we got a transfer coming in." And then Todd Chandler from Tennessee. And I was like, "Oh, I'm not playing."
This is just so y'all know, Ty Chandler is like one of the top 10 leading rushers in Tennessee football history.
So I think it was like top 5.
He's might be top 5. He's one of the best rushers in Tennessee football history at the time.
But he came in. He was him with British. He was a big mentor of mine. He was my roommate for all the games and during fall camp. And that was my boy. We had some great conversations, and I miss my boy. So I think he's with the Vikings right now. Nah, he's doing good. So, but yeah, what about you?
I gotta go with one of my guys, man, in the receiving room. I gotta go with Justin Olson. Listen, one of the funniest people I've
he was
ever met
hilarious.
in my entire life. J.O., my Slimerton. Shout out J.O. Bro, he was like, regardless of, who was playing, who wasn't playing, like
Oh, he was
like I looked out for him. I tried to, and he always looked out for me. He would give me coaching points. He would, and like whenever last year, like he would give Dre Green coaching points. It was his freshman year, but you could tell that he he wanted to at least still lead regardless of what was happening. But off the field, it's like me and J.O. were close on the field, but off the field, it was like we had just a whole different like bond, man. Like that was my guy. He just was so funny. He was just one of the funniest I've ever met, and like I always got to shout out to him, man, because he always knew how to lift up any like locker room, lift up the room. We'll be in there all mad and upset, and he'll come in there doing his little ugly, little gritty, and
Yeah.
and he'll do it in front of the team. Everybody will laugh, but really cool guy. And then I feel like we both can say JD.
Oh, yeah.
JD.
But he ain't been gone for that
He ain't been
long,
gone
but
too long, but like
definitely
yeah,
him and Twan, we go.
him,
We
JD,
gonna
and
miss.
Twan, man.
Yeah.
Both the Twan was like my big brother. People said we looked like when I first got here, and he had been through a lot of adversity, and at the end of the day, he kept working, and that's one guy I saw who worked every day to get what he deserved. He just recently got remarried with Deasia. I believe that's how you pronounce your name. I apologize if not, but congratulations to y'all too. And then JD with the Colts now, Mr. Dirt.
Joshua Dirt Downs.
Joshua Dirt. Dirt legend, 208 House Street Key. Shout out to Noah Taylor, too. Shout out to Noah Taylor.
Dude.
208 House Street. If y'all know, y'all know. King of Dirt. Dirtland. King of Dirt.
Oh, Noah's not far from it.
Yeah, Noah and
Dang,
JD.
bro, I miss the guys, bro.
Yeah, man, those are the
Had some
guys.
good times.
Yeah, man. So, what are you looking forward to?
I have to say the Clemson game. That's the first thing that comes to mind. When you see at Death Valley on the schedule. Just this, they've had big games, huge games there in the past, and with Chris Fowler and Kirk Herbstreit, those are obviously guys that when you hear them talking, it's a big game. So I'm excited to play there. Just going to Death Valley, and they get rowdy over there. So I'd definitely say playing in Death Valley this year. But other than that, I think it'll be a fun year. Just everything in general, as a collective. We've got a lot of opportunities on the schedule. I feel like to prove ourselves. It's a pretty competitive schedule. So, I'm just excited for really everything. Just everything ahead of us. Just trying to prove ourselves again. And just getting back into it. So, but that pretty much wraps it up for today. Thank you guys if you're still listening. Thank you guys for sticking with us. And I think that's it for today.
Yes, sir. Thank you guys for watching. It's JJ Jones.
Okay, Hood.
Peace.